So the last game of match day 5 ends Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 2, which sees Celtic go joint top of the league with Hearts on 13 points, and sees Kilmarnock, similarly to Rangers I suppose, after drawing the first 4 games, get handed their first league defeat of the season. And in terms of how the game went, it was pretty much a game of two halves, mostly in terms of an entertainment prospect. Kilmarnock really disciplined in their shape, making it really hard for Celtic to break them down, and then the setup that they played with 2 big strikers up top trying to feed it to each other, knocking it onto each other, wasn't really coming off in the first half, in all honesty. The only bright spark in the first half looked to be the new winger from Tunisia, Teneke, for Celtic. He looked really positive, similarly to Jota when he's on the ball. In fairness to him, Balikwisha on the other side didn't look as effective at all. Whether or not that was because he was out of position or he's still getting up to speed, I don't know, but he didn't look all that effective when he got the ball. He was playing it safe, and Teneke looked like the main outlet for something to potentially happen in the first half, but it was a bit of a non-event in all honesty. Second half, Celtic quickened the pace a little bit, creating some more chances. Teneke looking positive again, but still kind of struggling to break down this Kilmarnock back line. And in the end, it's a really good ball in from the left-back Sriracha, who finds Dyson Maeda, who, despite the fact comments were made that he was wanting to leave in the summer, scores the goal with a really good diving header into the side netting, and he celebrated quite passionately in front of the Celtic support as well, to make it 1-0. And at that point it looked like Celtic were going to add to the scoreline, creating a couple more chances. Negrin had an effort that was blocked by Thompson. Luke McCowan also had an effort that was blocked by Thompson as well, both cut back from Teneke in those areas, and Luke McCowan had a ball into that man in picture, Iheanacho, who got on the end of it, but then Robbie D's done enough to stop it from going into the back of the net. But Kilmarnock did manage to find a way back into the game to make it 1-1. It comes from a corner, which isn't really a surprise. They set up to try and threaten from set pieces all day, long throw-ins, balls into the box whenever they got a free kick towards the middle of the Parker halfway line, and it pays off after a really good ball in from Greg Kiltie and David Watson, unmarked, has to be said. I think Teneke was actually the one to lose his man, only foot he put wrong all day. He heads it into the back of the net, really powerful header, pace beats Schmeichel, he's got no chance. And from there it looked like Kilmarnock might actually go on to get the winner in the game, a couple more threatening deliveries from corners and set pieces, but in the end, the man in photo gets the winner from the penalty spot after some link-up play on the right-hand side from James Forrest and Kobe Donovan. Donovan skips past Thompson, who slips and sends the ball into the box for James Forrest, who hits it. And unfortunately for Kilmarnock, I don't know if it was actually Polworth or Dees, who it comes up and hits his hands outstretched. It is a penalty, and Kelechi Iheanacho steps up and slots it into the back of the net for his debut, to be rounded off with a goal for him and the winner in the game. It was the last kick of the ball. What I will say is there was a bit of question marks over the first Celtic goal as well, and whether or not it should have been a Kilmarnock throw-in. Celtic took the throw quickly and then it was scored from that cross. I haven't really seen it from all angles, so it's a bit inconclusive to me. But on the balance of play, you would say that Celtic probably should have scored a couple more than they actually did. A couple of cutbacks that were nearly moments and stuff like that from them. But Kilmarnock did, of course, threaten from set plays, which they always seem to do. So they'll feel a little bit hard done by that they couldn't see it out, and the goal that beat them in the end was a penalty as well, that they'll feel a little bit hard done by. But it is a penalty, in my opinion anyway. So that sees Celtic and Hearts joint top of the league. We've got league action next week, but it's just Livingston against Dundee, because they too, of course, are not competing in the League Cup. There's a couple other Premiership sides not competing in the League Cup as well, but it's mostly cup action next weekend that we will be addressing there. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new around here, please consider checking out some of the other content on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.